In this video, we will be discussing multiple representations of relations. So, every relation and function can be represented in multiple different ways. And below here, I've listed a few of the ways that we're going to be talking about. So, every relation and every function can be represented as an x and y table, as a graph, as an equation, as a set of ordered pairs, and as words. And if you look here, all of these different representations are all for the exact same function. If you look, my table, I've got -4, -4, -2, 3, 0, -2, and 2, -1. Down here, I've just put all of those ordered pairs into a set, so that's what they are as a set. And on my graph, well, I've got this graphed as a line here, and I can just pick out these points. Here's -4, -4. I see that's on my line. -2 and -3, that's on my line. 0 and -2, that's on my line. And 2, -1 is also on the line. So I can see that all of these points are on this line, so they're on this graph. We're showing the exact same relation. Similarly, if I look at my equation, if I plug my x values in here, you'll see that my y values come out. For example, if I say y equals 0.5 times -4 minus 2, well, 0.5 times -4, that's -2 minus 2, which is -4. So if I put 0.5, or if I put -4 in for x, I also get -4 out for y. I can do the same thing with, like, say 0. Y equals 0.5 times 0 minus 2. Well, anything times 0 is 0, so y equals 0 minus 2, y equals -2. So if I put in 0 for x, I get -2 for y. And I'm not going to do it, but it would work for both of these two as well. And then in words, I just say y equals 1/2 x minus 2. That's just this equation in words. Now, for this video, we're going to be focusing mostly on these three forms of an equation, or of a relation. And in future videos, we'll discuss writing them as equations and as words. Okay, so let's take a look at some examples. So example 1 says, write the graph relation as a table and as a set. So I have this graph here. What I want to do is I want to make it into an XY table, and I want to make it into a set. So I'm just going to take each one of these points, I'm going to put it in. So I've got 1, 3, 1 for my x, 3 for my y, 2, 1, so 2 for my x, 1 for my y, 3, -1, 4, 2, 5, 0, and 6, 6. All right, so there, now I've turned that into a table. Now I can do the same, take this table and turn it into a set. All right, and just take my ordered pairs and put them together. 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, -1, 4, 2, 5, 0, and 6, 6. And there we go. We've turned our graph into both a table and a set. That's all there is to it. Let's take a look at another example. Example 2 says, graph the relation and write it as a set. Okay, well, I'm going to write it as a set first. So pretty simple. I just take each one of those points, turn it into an ordered pair. 0, -4, 2, 0, 4, 4, and 6, 8. Easy enough. So now I'm just going to graph it by graphing each one of those points. So I go 0, -4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a point right there. 2, 0 is right here. 4, 4 is right here. And 6, 8 is all the way up here. And there we go. I've graphed it. No big deal. All right, so that's all we have to do to turn these into a set, and a graph. All right. So your try it problem for tonight is just take this relation here and turn it into a table.